Manchester City have signed Omar Marmoush. Good morning, guys. After last night, it was very obvious that City were going to announce this today. But it's very harsh for him to try and pick up the City fan base off the floor after that. And no, I did not get inside information. I've just had this video scheduled for an awful long time. Nick in the chat there. It was obvious going to be announced today, so I was just waiting every single hour, and I was waiting, and it's happened right now. So I had the video ready for you to go live. We signed Omar Marmoush. He's a Manchester City player, and it's very exciting. Yes, last night was a little bit disappointing, but ultimately we've got our man, we've got our new Egyptian superstar, the first ever Egyptian player to play for Manchester City Football Club, and it's a welcome shot in the arm of positivity and symbolic, I would argue, of this rebuild that Manchester City are currently undergoing. A rebuild that will almost certainly carry on, maybe through this window, definitely into the summer, maybe even the summer after that, but for now, we have our man, and I'm very excited for this. I've got a feeling he could be really, 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 really good. It's like a proper, exciting player. Don't come into this chat, by the way, and just moan about other players like Jimmy James is doing right now. Come on, man. Let's enjoy... Let's enjoy what we've got right now instead of moaning about Rico Lewis for some weird reason on an Omar Marmoush signing video. Let's have a little bit of... Come on, you know? Like, we've had a lot of goodness over the years, and this is another little bit of good right now. Please give the video a like and subscribe if you're new. So let's go over to City's Twitter, where the very self-aware announced, but they put there 7 minutes to go and get the giant City's flag. They absolutely... they absolutely knew what was going to happen there, because they've used it in every single video. You know what I mean? Where it's like... Someone put on Twitter, I've accidentally become important at work and I hate it. I think of that flag now every single time. That flag has become so important. So here you go. Here's your announcement video with the giant flag. There you go. You're welcome to City there. Where's it gone? There we go. You've got the giant flag video, of course. Omar Marmoush. I'll read the quotes as he goes through. He says, City's one of the best clubs in the world. I'm honoured to be here. I can't wait. The whole journey I've made, I've always dreamt of being in a club like this. I'm coming to Manchester City, on the pitch, fast and good on the ball and dangerous, absolutely is. I feel comfortable in all positions. Wherever I play, I will always try to give my all to help the team. I'm proud to be Egyptian, showing what my country has, representing my country here in a club like this. Was always something I always dreamt of. I can't wait for him. He said, my last 2 seasons were great, just the beginning for me. Now my journey starts with City, and I can't wait to prove my qualities on the pitch. Welcome, Omar, mate. I'm very excited to see him. He looks great in that shirt, doesn't he? He absolutely does. He suits it massively. Yeah, it's just one of those things. The announcement isn't great. Look, I understand the complexities of trying to put together a really complex announcement, but when you've got 3 signings at once, it's just hard in January. It really is. So I'll sort of defend the media team there a little bit. They all are a little bit copy and paste. I can't deny that, but it's not easy to do at all. There we go. There's your man. There's our Egyptian prince, looking wonderful, looking beautiful in a City shirt there. I'll go over to Manchester City's website where it's got the article. As always, I'll read that. It says, Man City are delighted to announce the signing of Omar Marmoush from Eintracht Frankfurt. The 25-year-old Egyptian striker has completed a move to the Etihad Stadium on a 4.5-year deal, meaning he'll remain at the club until the summer of 2029. One of the most coveted young forwards operating in the European game, Marmoush is capable of being deployed on either attacking flank. An accomplished Egyptian international with 35 caps to his name, Marmoush made his professional bow back in his Egyptian homeland as a 17-year-old in 2016 with Wadi Degla. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but we'll see. We got a number 7. I love his number, by the way. After amassing 17 appearances and 2 goals for Wadi, Marmoush subsequently made the move to Europe in 2017, joining Wolfsburg for then making a switch to Frankfurt in the summer of 2023. He enjoyed a superb debut season with the Bundesliga side, netting 17 goals from 41 appearances across all competitions. Omar has maintained that impressive impact so far across the 24-25 campaign. Prior to joining City, Marmoush had accrued 20 goals from just 26 appearances for Frankfurt, alongside 14 assists. 34 goals and assists. 34 goals. Oh, Henry, you've stolen my tweet, by the way. I was about to do that. In 26 games. Henry, I'm gonna do that right now, Henry, but I'm gonna put Mahmoud is much better than last night. Done. done it, Henry. I've stolen it. Thank you so much for reminding me about my Marmoush puns, which I love to do. A fluent English-speaking Marmoush said he's hugely excited the prospect linking up with Pep. Says, this is a day I'll never forget. To sign for Man City, one of the best teams in the world, is an amazing feeling. I'm delighted. My family are so proud. I'm very happy to be in Manchester. With Pep, his technical staff and the world-class facilities here, players have everything they need to improve. That was really enticing for me when I had the chance to come here. And I cannot deny I also want to win trophies. City being the most successful club in... I've got something to tell you, mate, right now. In England for many, many years. So I know I'm joining a winning environment and winning culture. I want to learn from the staff and my teammates, and I want to become a valued member of this winning team. Really, I'm looking forward to getting going, meeting the other players and showing what I can do. Cheeky had this to say, Omar is an accomplished and exciting forward and delighted he's joining us. He's had an outstanding season, and every time we watched him, he's influenced matches. He has all the attributes to be a top-class attacker. He has outstanding pace and awareness. He's exceptional in front of goal. He can also play a number of different positions, which is a really valuable asset. I've also no doubt that working with Pep and the technical staff will see him further develop his superb attacking talent. There we go. So, lots going on here. More of his background there. Yeah, he's having a cracking season. Good season last year as well, but a brilliant one. He was Bundesliga Player of the Month for both September and November, by the way. Yeah, clinical finisher. Great skills. Great technician. Good passer. So, there we go. There's his seasons. Wolfsburg. So, on my video, basically, with him, my video I did with Stefan Biakowski, he talked about how he made his breakthrough when he started playing more central, not as a winger. So obviously that means he's going to end up playing out wide. I hope he plays close to the striker, because that's where he's at his very best. It was actually, there we go. At Wolfsburg 2-1, where he got 9 goals in 21 games. Then at loan at St. Paul, he got 8 goals in 27. And he didn't do that great that year, 21-22. But eventually, it was at Eintracht Frankfurt when they played him through the middle, when he got 17 goals in 41 games. And then this season where he's really taken off. He also got 6 assists last season. So he got 23 goal contributions in 41 games, which was really good. And this season, he's got 34 in 26. He's got absurd numbers, which I'm very excited for. Yeah, he's a really good player. Look, he doesn't solve all our issues. No, I'm aware of that. But we need that rebuild. There's Henry's super chat. Says my mood has been lifted from last night. Absolutely, Henry. I'm more moved by this. My mood is good. Marmoush. Omar Marmoush. Number 7 is very exciting, isn't it? The thing is now, look, he doesn't solve Manchester City's current problems. He doesn't. But he gives us options. He gives us versatility. And he gives us a little bit of energy. One thing I do feel that this side needs is sort of a refresh overall. It's very obvious to me that we're very lacking in certain positions, and I've got a feeling this guy, I think he will do. Yeah, I've got a feeling he'll hit the ground running. I've got it's one of those things where Curtis, so sorry. Curtis said I thought I was watching this video on mute. Just announced Marmoush to the office. I'm so sorry, mate. Yeah, I'm not sorry. It's your fault. Funny though, absolutely funny. Yeah, look, Marmoush coming in. Apparently the deal is worth 59 million plus 5 million, so 60 million quid we basically pay for him, with some add-ons potentially. It's a lot of money. It's an awful lot of money. We'll go to the gallery, by the way. It's a lot of money, but if he scores the goals that we need, it could be absolutely fine. Where is the gallery as always? Let's have a look at the photos. He's apparently relishing the prospect of a harder link-up. Let's read this quote. He said, I can't wait. Erling is a goal machine, and I'm very excited to be able to play with him on the pitch and learn some things from him. Hopefully I can assist him. We can enjoy and play together. From being very young, it was my dream to play in the Premier League. The league is very intense and it fits the style of play that I have, and I'm just really happy to be here. It's another test for me, and this is just the beginning. Now my journey starts at City. Hopefully we can win many trophies and have many nice seasons together. Yeah, he talked about the German league. He's sort of suiting it and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think he does suit the league. The one thing, the slight concerns are that, maybe he's not... maybe he's not, he's going to play out wide a little bit. He'll take a little bit of time to adapt. It's one of those things where I don't know if we can fully do that. I don't know if we can put him out wide and expect him to be brilliant. But he's going to have to play there a little bit. Though he's not a winger. He's a striker. He likes to play through the middle. He likes to be close to the forwards. I do wonder if we'll see him tucked in a little bit. Right now, if I was Phil Foden, and I know it sounds probably a little bit harsh, I might be a little bit nervous because Phil Foden does that tucked in thing alongside Haaland every now and then. And I do wonder if Marmoush will get that role, because he can't play on the right, but he can sort of play close, drift in. And I think this might be the role he'll get. So number 7, by the way, I like that. Number 7 is a very fitting shirt. He's going to suit it, isn't he? And I can't see a gallery anywhere. I thought there'd be a gallery to look at. There's always the photos. 10 things you probably didn't know. There he looks. He's a very cool looking fella, isn't he? A handsome lad. He could have represented Canada. That's interesting. His parents worked in Canada for 6 years and he attained Canadian citizenship. He's been to Ottawa a few times, but he's 100% Egyptian, he says. Proudly raised and lived in Egypt. So he's got Canadian heritage as well. He could be as an inside forward, yeah. That's the thing, is he doesn't tend to play there, like a sort of left wing Salah. I think the Salah things seem a little bit lazy because he's Egyptian, but it also seems reasonably fair because that's how he plays, you know. Yeah, Germany calling. I mean, this is a lot of loans. It's a lot of stuff we're talking about. Yeah, it was a free transfer to Frankfurt, by the way. What a piece of business that was. 35 caps, 6 goals. African Cup of Nations finalist. He didn't come. He went off though after 59 minutes of the final. Didn't get to take a penalty. Yeah, number 7. It was Cancelo previously, wasn't it? He's inspired by Mo Salah. He said he managed to become one of the best 3 players in the world. That inspires me. It's something I also want to achieve. He's not just an incredible player, he's a leader, and it's inspiration to all of us. Watching how he trains, how he approaches, it's a learning experience every time. Yeah, the Egyptian king, the Egyptian prince. Yeah, he really is. He's the Egyptian king at Anfield. We've got the Egyptian prince in Manchester. He's a free kick specialist, by the way, which is great. He's got 3 goals from free kicks this season. He netted against Stuttgart, Slavia Prague, and Bochum. In 3 games, did it back-to-back, which is nice. It's like, do you remember when Yaya Toure did that for a while, where he started to score free kicks constantly? Yeah, I'm very excited to see how he fits in. Look, ultimately, we're very aware that Manchester City's problems, it does feel, sadly, like until we address that midfield, we're not going to really improve too much, because the midfield just cannot work the ball up the pitch. There's no composure, there's no quality, and I did say last night in my video afterwards that my biggest issue with the City side is a lack of quality, especially in the midfield. Like, I don't think it's a fitness thing. It is a legs thing to an extent, but mainly a control thing. Like, Kovacic and Bernardo just does not work as a midfield too, unfortunately. And I think Rodri for a year, or last year, essentially covered up maybe a lack of quality midfield by being so damn good that he was essentially 2 players in one. He was a great DM and also a great creator. And I think Rodri was just too good almost, that it made us a little bit weaker in midfield. I know that sounds dramatic to say, but we lent on him so heavily that's where we are. So we're going to need to sign, midfielders to fix our issues, unfortunately. I don't know if we will do, but I can't see us getting that much better this year without a signing of some kind, And it, like, mainly, I want a technical genius. I want people who can keep the ball. Guardiola's sides will never work unless we can keep 70% possession, because that is how Guardiola plays. You can ask if you want to. You can demand that we play a different way, but Guardiola is never going to play a different way. You guys know that. So if he's never going to play a different way, he needs to have players that play his way, and it can't just be big runners. People who can run is great, but it's got to be people who can keep the ball, take the ball off centre-backs, and do death by 1,000 passes. That's what we need massively. Omar Marmoush can't do that, obviously. Vitor Ray Hayes can't do that. Kusanov can't do that. We need midfielders, but what Omar Marmoush can do is he brings goals, he brings a killer instinct, which I think is something that we've lacked. I look at the players, Doku, Savinho, intermittently they've shown some form in front of goal or out wide, but they've never been killers, whereas Omar Marmoush comes in as a guy absolutely on the up with electric sort of electric pace, not pace really, just electric movement is what I would say. His eye for goal is so good. His hunger for goal is brilliant. His link-up play, his touch in tight spaces. Like, he sort of reminds me a little bit of Sanchez, a little bit of Griezmann, a little bit of Son maybe. It's a little bit of those type players there. Those guys who aren't, maybe they're not like they're just really good at most things going forward. They're very good all-rounders, and he's got a little bit of that to him on Marmoush, which I can't wait to see. I really like complete attackers like Son, who's got great pace, who's a great finisher, who's got great touch, who can beat people. He might not be the world's fastest player, or the world's best dribbler, or the world's best finisher, but he's one of those guys who's really good at everything. And that's where people like Griezmann or Son or whatever come into it. He's got a bit of that for me, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing how he develops City's attacking. And I do largely feel, if you're going to have some issues in some parts of the pitch, if you can take your chances, you've got a chance, full stop. And Omar Marmoush is a natural-born finisher. He's electric, he's aggressive, and right now he's confident too. And I do feel he'll make a difference to this side. Where he plays, on the left, we've got Grealish, Savinho, Doku. On the right, we've got Savinho, Oscar Bob, Foden. Through the middle, we've just got Haaland, of course. We've got behind Haaland, you can say KDB. Maybe Marmoush plays there. It is quite stacked. That's the thing. It's very stacked right now. And I'm really not sure where he's going to play. We're going to have a lot of players on the bench because the squad actually has a little bit of dead weight, you could argue. I suspect, two of those players minimum will move on. I've got a bad feeling, KDB could be one of them, but I've also got a feeling Grealish will be one at all, which I'm not quite as stressed about because it is what it is. But there is going to be space for him somewhere. Where does he start? Maybe he's a second striker, but we don't really play a second striker. That second striker role has always been KDB's, really, where he plays up close to Haaland. I don't think we're going to play two up front either, because the one thing we lack is control in midfield. And I don't know. It's one of those things, but it's not frightening until it is, Michael. I would not be against Marmoush and Oscar Bob coming straight into this side and offering something totally different. But it is hard to see past the urge for another midfielder, isn't it? But we need that. We need Omar benches everyone in the squad, even Haaland. He doesn't, mate. That's very naive of you, Amos. Haaland is not getting benched for anyone, pal. Never in a million years is he getting benched. But we'll see. We'll see. Pep will figure it out. He has to. We signed him for 60 million quid. There's absolutely no doubt whatsoever that we're going to have to find it, make it work. I do hope we get Cambiasso, by the way. I think Cambiasso is very much needed. I know it sounds weird to say, but he's such a technical footballer. He's such a progressive user of the ball as well that I do think we need him, actually. I think we do. I think we actually do. It's going the other way. Kyle Walker has joined. He's joined in thingy, hasn't he? Jack Gorn tweeted earlier that Kyle Walker's. Let me try and find it. Kyle Walker's joined AC Milan right now. There's no point me finding that. You guys know it. He's going to go on loan. So we've got one player down. He signed on loan for AC. Is it official, by the way? Has he actually signed? Has it been announced? So I should do a video about that really as well. I do think we'll make a bid for Cambiasso, and I think we need it. Marmoush has amazing teeth. He does, not like me. He's a handsome young man, isn't he? He really is. To be fair to him, he looks cool in that City shirt. He looks good in the shirt, which is always nice. I expect it to be a gallery. Where's the gallery? I love it when they do the galleries. Maybe they forgot to upload it. I love the photo sessions. They're good fun. Sam, absolutely, but I think it says a lot about his character, unfortunately, mate. I think Kyle Walker's confidence and his world's in the bin right now, so it doesn't surprise me at all, mate. Kyle Walker, he's not really the guy anymore, is he? That you want to lean on, unfortunately. He surprises me. It doesn't surprise me with Kyle Walker. He's just never been. He's not really. He's Kyle Walker. He's a little bit stupid, unfortunately. Great player, but not the smartest. And it's hard. I feel like this announcement, by the way, should have been later on tonight. It's a little bit harsh on Marmoush to get the sort of graveyard duty here to try and lift up the fan base. When everyone's woke up, everyone's in a slightly bad mood still. I feel a little bit sorry for him. It's one of those things where I semi wish they'd done it later tonight. You've done it later tonight. It's the poor lad who's come in when everyone's woken up, feeling knackered and a little bit down. It's one of those feelings. It's one of those feelings where maybe we needed the positivity, but I think I also needed to digest it all a little bit. Last night was immensely frustrating, and I still can't shake the conclusion that we are, unfortunately, two midfielders away. We're not going to sign two midfielders this window. We might sign one. I don't think we'll sign. It does make me feel better. Yeah, it does, to be fair. But we might sign. By the way, can we never see that kit again last night? Anyone who thinks that kit is wrong, like that, everyone who thinks that kit last night we wore is nice, you're wrong. Just go and hang your head in shame. It's horrible. The nicotine kit looks like a Nurofen kit as well. It's absolutely horrible. I hate it with a passion. I tried it on as well to see if it could change my mind, and no, it's an ugly kit. Horrible. And get it in the bin. Absolutely get it in the bin. Horrible. Horrible kit. Ugly. And there's no good will ever come from it. And what reminded me of that? The font on that shirt now. The font we're seeing on that shirt is a horrible font. Why have we gone for this Comic Sans shit as well? Horrible. Why do we never just wear the away kit? Why did you not wear the away kit last night? Out of the shadows with the super chat. Do get your super chats in if you want to help support the channel. It's always appreciated. And if the super chat question for you, here's a question to answer a super chat. Where is he going to play and how many goals is he going to score? Out of the shadows said, Marmoush is a De Bruyne replacement. I think there's something in this, you know. I'll bring up the team builder on the screen. So, I'm going to show you Frankfurt's results and how they play. And it is impressive how they line up, what they do. But they do sort of play with... They do play with, two forwards. And they do play with Marmoush as a striker. So, I'll show you right now. Here we go. So, this is how Frankfurt have been playing. And I think there's something in this out of the shadow. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. He's not KDB, no. He's nothing like KDB. But he plays in a similar role, you could argue, these days. So, there, Marmoush, he's often playing... 3-4-1-2 is how Frankfurt seem to line up. Ekitike, or Ekitik, I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm sorry, mate. But either way, they play semi-alongside each other, as you can see there. And it works for them. I'll go to another random game where he scored the only goal there as well. When he plays off, he plays sort of... We can't replacement. He's more of an Alvarez replacement. But who was Alvarez a replacement for last season? It was the last season. Alvarez's De Bruyne's replacement was Alvarez. He played in that role. So that's where he's going to play again, almost certainly. All the controversial numbers being filled. Why was 45 controversial? I've forgotten. Don't say Balotelli because that's not that controversial. I know 22 is Mendy, but it was also Richard Dunn. Yeah, so. But yeah, I think he's going to play. So you've got, obviously, a Haaland up here. He's going to play the Alvarez role. Balotelli wasn't controversial. My controversial opinion about Balotelli, by the way, he wasn't that good. I think people overrated him because he was fun. But I think he'll play here a lot, Marmoush. Let me put it in capitals. I think he'll play right sort of there off it. So last season we often had... This is last season. We had Doku out here. And we had Foden sort of tucked in, didn't we? We had Foden out in the wide last season when we had Kyle Walker who was doing his bombing forward thing. And he was up there, Kyle Walker. And Foden would tuck in. But Alvarez was sort of playing here when De Bruyne was injured. And Alvarez was playing very close to Haaland. And I do feel it'll be something like this. How dare you? No, look. No, he was really talented, Balotelli. But he didn't have the work commitment. He was a little bit lazy. And... if you've got talent and don't apply yourself, you're not very good. That's how I feel. Sorry. Balotelli's not a legend. Balotelli's a meme. A bit of a cult hero, but he's not like, come on. He's just because he's got the Balotelli. Aguero! He was never... Negredo was better than Balotelli. Dzeko was better than Balotelli. That's the hill I will die on there. And I think it's not even close. That's how I feel. I don't know if you guys feel better. But I think it'll be something like this where Marmoush plays around here, which is, you could say, he's not KDB. No, I agree. But it's one of those things where this is where he'll play. I don't know how we'll fit everyone in. Maybe Savinho plays on the left again. Maybe Oscar Bob gets left shifts because Oscar Bob is smart enough to play over there. It's one of those things where Marmoush, I can see him playing sort of here. But the only issue is that sort of leaves us, unless we have someone unless we sign Cambiasso. And is he going to play over here? Cambiasso on the right, maybe, as a right back, because he can. And Vardiel will play here. And Cambiasso steps into midfield a little bit, and which means someone else can go there. Maybe we play something like that. I don't know. But it's going to be hard. But we do look a little bit... Oh, Omar Marmoush, he's a striker. He's got great teeth. Dzeko wasn't better than Tevez, mate. Absolutely not, Sam. I'm sorry. There's an argument to say Tevez was nearly as good as Aguero, but Dzeko was not as good as Tevez. I'm really sorry, mate. I'm really, really sorry. But Tevez was a genius. Dzeko was an excellent striker, but Tevez was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, Tevez. Tevez was more than good. Tevez was phenomenal. Like, I didn't watch Tevez drag us through. I didn't watch his drag us through games by his genius brilliance. Tevez is one of my favourite ever players. Prime Tevez with Pep is phenomenal. Absolutely. Oh, Dzeko had more important goals, arguably, but he was not better. Like, he was not better. Like, for City, anyway. Like, at Man City, Tevez, that 2000, from 2009, 2011, before we signed Aguero, he was sort of, he dragged us through everything. Like, there was a season, the 2010-11 season, or the one where he's got like 30 goals, that was 2009-10, wasn't it? Where Tevez was brilliant. But Dzeko was brilliant, but not as good. Tevez was phenomenal. Tevez was close to Suarez, I agree. Yeah, Tevez brilliant, absolutely. Tevez just wasn't the smartest or didn't have the right attitude. There was a brief spell when we played Tevez and Aguero together when it was cinema, absolute cinema. That Norwich game, of course, as well. Like, they would be phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Tevez left City because he fell out with Mancini, didn't he? And Aguero came in, and it was just, it was brilliant. Dzeko's better than Balotelli, Harry, by a long way. Negredo was better than Balotelli. But Balotelli was never a regular goal scorer and often flattered to deceive. I don't get the Balotelli hero worship. He's just a bit of a meme and it was fun. But Balotelli was never... Like, I think the most goals... Balotelli scored 10 in 28, 17 in 32, and then 3 in 20. Like, I don't know how Balotelli has got this sort of... I think he's... Look, this is Balotelli's record there. There we go. There you go. It's this season here. So, look, never even close. Never even close. It's easily Aguero. I would take Tevez over Haaland. I would. I'm sorry. I think Haaland's brilliant, but I love Tevez. I think if you're a little bit young, you don't realise how good Tevez was. Like, that guy would get the ball, barrel past 3 players and score it, rasp it into the top corner. He was a one-man battering ram of a striker, Tevez. He's one of my favourite ever players, but he was just an idiot. But anyway, yeah. Dzeko was often on the bench a lot because of... I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, we got distracted. I got derailed entirely. Marmoush, how many goals is he going to score, you know? Marmoush is going to be... he's going to be an excellent player. I think he's going to do really well. I think he's going to get goals and assists. I think he's going to take a little bit of time, but he's not going to... The nostalgia's eating me up. No chance, mate. It isn't. Balotelli was... Well, the goals prove it. Balotelli he barely got close. Negredo had a better season than Tevez ever did. Absolutely. Okay, maybe Negredo and Balotelli sort of thing. But, like, Balotelli did not score that many goals. He just had a couple of good moments. It's a fact, and barely worked in between it. He's just fun. No, honestly, Tevez, anyone who knew, Tevez would be much better for the City side than... How old are you, Sam? And I mean that politely. I mean that politely, mate, but I mean, Tevez was... No, Jovetic was... No, Jovetic was crap. Well, he was injured. Tevez was a genius. Doesn't mean Haaland won't be end up with better overall career and all that kind of stuff. Haaland, a better finisher, yeah, but if you want a striker up top, always choosing, yeah. That's my general opinion. Anyway, so we'll go through the squad now and we'll sort of build the squad a little bit, you know, where we've got... Yo, you're 23, yeah, so you were like 10, 11 years old, mate, when that happened. No offence, lad, but you were very... 2009, you would have been... What? How old have you been, mate, when he was at his best? And I'm not trying to dig you out there, pal, but... Carlos Tevez was phenomenal. So good. I would kill for Tevez back in the City side. That guy, he just barreled past everyone. He was brilliant. Anyway, Marmoush should be available, I would presume, for the... he should be available for the next game. I think he should do. Oh, I love Tevez. I really did. I truly loved him. I thought he was brilliant. One of my favourite ever players for City. Just he was an idiot. So, let's look at the squad now. So I'll build the squad for you. I'll put Marmoush here because we need him to sort of... It's hard to get the space. So there we go. The squad currently is this. Oh, I'm going to put Savinho, Sav, and Doku here. I mean, it's hard not to fit everyone in. I have to put Jack in somewhere as well. I'll put Sav, Doc, Jack. There we go. This could be... or maybe I'll put a Savinho over here. This will be... Yeah, I'll do this. I'll do this. Bob and Sav. And this can be Doku and Jack. I know he's played over there a little bit, but I'm going to build the team. I've got Haaland and Marmoush there for now. This can be KDB, Foden. Down here, I mean, obviously right now it's this. We've got Vardial and that's it. You know, over here on the right back we've got... So we've got... it's really hard to build this side because it's so sort of disjointed. Silva and... Gundo. Here is Kovacic. Who else? No one. Oh, we've got maybe... We're not going to start... this will be... I mean, who's our right back currently? Nunez. Rico? Jesus. Like, you realise how far we dropped, by the way. Maybe O'Reilly can put him here. Oh, McAtee's not in there either. You got to get McAtee in there too somewhere. Then centre-backs, you've got Ake, Diaz. Then you've got Stones, Akanji, and I'm going to put Ake over here because we need him. We need to be able to have some space. Diaz, Reyes, Stone, Akanji, and Ku. So, I mean, this is trying to fit everyone. McAtee's a goner. He absolutely is, unfortunately. It's just, there's a definite lack of quality, isn't it, in some of these positions. I'm going to go through it a little bit. Super chat from Anthony as well, who says, we've got where to get another 2 more signings. I don't know, mate. We need to get another signing or 2. Yeah. Absolutely, mate. Agree. I think we might do, you know. I think Cambiasso will go in for him. And Douglas Luiz, I don't know. Maybe we'll see it. We'll see. But we do need someone with aggression and ability. Thanks so much for Super Chat. It's something like this, the squad, isn't it? We've got a lot of bloat there. And McAtee's not even in that either. And I've not had the keepers out as well. Eddie, Ortega. Yeah, my thoughts on Rico is that he's fine in a confident physical side, but in a side that looks small and out of form, no. And his form and his abilities dropped. I thought Rico looked great at the start of the season. I can't sit here and tell you otherwise. I won't do revisionism on any player. I thought he genuinely looked brilliant. That's why he got into the England squad, blah, 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 blah. But his form's absolutely dropped, and his physicality just doesn't look up for it in this current City side. I'm not going to sit here and tell you otherwise. You know, I'll be frank, and that right now, you know, he's keeping the ball nicely, but offers nothing else going forward. Not particularly strong, tiny, like truly tiny. But yeah, that's where we're at. Marmoush is going. There's the options. You can see where we need to sort of build the squad up. I can't wait for Bob to get back, but it's the centre. It's like no amount of defenders or forwards are going to fix this here. Silva, Gundogan, Kovacic, O'Reilly. Like, that's just not good enough. Look at that. Look at that central bit there. This bit here with these guys, it's just not good enough, is it? I mean, O'Reilly's not a defensive midfielder for what it's worth, Matthew. He's an actually attacking midfielder that Guardiola's trying to convert into a defensive midfielder who doesn't want to play there, allegedly. So, but I know what you're getting at, but he isn't a defensive midfielder. He never has been. We're trying to convert him. Jacob Wright, I don't know, maybe Guardiola. Look, usually the answer, by the way, is that they're probably not that good in training, you know. I think we all presume that Jacob Wright and Nico O'Reilly are great and they're just ripping it up. What if they're just playing in training and getting ran by? Are you going to play them then? Like, we don't know, but we can only presume that, you know, if Jacob Wright was, yeah, Echeverry. Well, where are you going to put him, mate? He's not getting any minutes. I don't think Echeverry's playing anytime soon, by the way. You don't have to agree with me, but Echeverry will get a couple of minutes here and there, and I think he'll be out on loan. Not that he's not talented, but there's no space for him. But I don't think he will do. I think any guy who's been sat on the bench a lot for River Plate is not going to come into the Manchester City side, you know, and start playing regularly. There's too many players like Oscar Bob, Savino, Doku, Jack, KDB, Foden, Haaland, Marmoush. All those players are senior players, and he's not getting any minutes anytime soon. So we do need midfielders. So, like, I don't know why he's not playing those guys, but we will see. Ultimately, though, let's go back to Omar Marmoush. I feel a little bit cruel here. We've sort of derailed the conversation with the squad building. Omar Marmoush comes in. He's a very exciting player. I think a little bit of energy, that smile, that damn smile, is going to do us. It's going to do us good, you know. We're going to enjoy watching this player in a Manchester City shirt, and I think he's going to score plenty of goals, and I think he's going to be fun. But I think, you know, the issues still are there, absolutely. Let me know in the chat what you make of Omar Marmoush signing. Are you excited? Give the video a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel as well, if you massively appreciate it. If you want a really fun video to watch, go and check out this video I did on my channel a couple of days ago. Where is it? Everything you need to know about Omar Marmoush. It's a really good video, I promise you. Where is it? There we go. That one there, it's great. It'll tell you a lot more about him. And something that I thought was interesting is that he wasn't doing well in Germany until they put him as a striker. At Wolfsburg and St. Pauli, they put him out wide, sort of trying to do the Salah thing. It was only when that they decided... yeah, exactly, by the way. Andrew just said, Dzeko's like, if you think Haaland had a bad touch, look at Dzeko's touch. Dzeko's touch was terrible. It was actually very similar. It was just, the second touch was the tackle kind of territory, yeah. I love Dzeko, by the way, but his touch was bad. Anyway, but yeah, it was only when they decided that they put Marmoush for the middle that he found himself. So that was a really interesting little bit of information from Stefan Biankowski, who joined me for the video. Go watch that. Thanks for watching, guys. We've got another signing. Bring on the next.